Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress here on Checkpoint XP. We are live on Twitch on the Checkpoint XP channel, of course, and if you're listening to us on our podcast or you're checking out the video on one of our affiliate websites like Wild 94.1 or 92.5 Maxima, welcome, bienvenidos, welcome to Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, and I'm accompanied by the very famous and talented Mr. Tarek Lewis, actor and comedian extraordinaire.
Yeah, being all them, dog.
Yeah.
You forgot terrible Mario Kart.
I'm getting trashed on Mario Kart right now. Because I'm more focused on the show, Joey. That's the issue.
We bring it so,
man.
we bring a little video game once in a while because, we're on Twitch now. So,
understand? Like,
yeah.
I come in here like I'm trying to give the smoke to all y'all. Don't tell me you got any type of console or whatever we playing for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell me what we doing because I'm coming all like guns blazing.
Of course. Also, by the way, you can always check us out now on. You're using the wrong mic, Joey. That's why you sound far away. By the way,
you switch mics on you.
I have to switch up on you here. All right, so hold on. Let's see.
There you go.
Type check 1 2. Here we go. Are we ready now?
We good.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Born
Sorry
that
about
way.
that, guys. Listening to us here on the podcast or listening to us, watching us live on Checkpoint XP. Shouts out to everybody. All of you guys in internet land, Twitch land. And also, by the way, I just wanted to announce that we are official. We are officially on bpodstudios.com.
We made it.
We made it.
That's fire. Big things, man.
Yes. So
I'm about to start getting bougie. You getting some Antonio Brown
officially,
type
I
status.
have a script, that I have to read officially.
Oh, you got a script now?
Yeah. So they sent like, hey, listen,
Wow,
we got
Louis,
rules and
we need
regulations
you
now, dude.
to say this now, and I had the script, but what happened was...
Oh, damn, you lost the script?
Yeah.
That's grand opening, grand closing. Grand opening, there it goes sponsors.
But
There goes
check us
sponsors.
out, okay? bpodstudios.com. There's a lot of all the great podcasts that are up on bpodstudios.com, just like Checkpoint XP and all of their affiliated shows. They got Nerd Life. They have the Comic Guru as well. And also, now they have us, Geek Culture Congress. Check it out. Also, you can follow us, of course, on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. But bpodstudios.com. Check out all our great podcasts here at Beasley Media Group, okay? So let's get into what we came for, which is the meat of the show. So, I like to bring back, before we get into what we talked about on the pre-show, anybody who was watching on the show on the Checkpoint XP, there's, everybody's invested in all these brand new franchises or franchises they haven't used in a while. And there's one franchise that has recently reared its head again. And now we're talking about G.I. Joe, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
G.I. Joe.
I forgot about that ever since the trash.
That franchise?
Since the trash
It
movie
is,
they did
because
with
it
The
belongs to
Rock.
Hasbro. And, Hasbro has always wanted to do an interconnected universe, and they do have one, like in the comic books, they have one with Transformers, G.I.
Yeah,
Joe,
they try to do that with
Action
the
Man,
movies, actually.
Micronauts, ROM.
Did you say Action Man?
Yeah, Action Man, yeah. Action Man is a part of
Man.
their...
That's Hasbro?
Yeah, it is Hasbro. But in the
Wow.
comic books, they did one called Revolution, which it was a pretty decent read. It was interesting. I recommend anybody go check it out. You can get that on Comixology and all that good stuff.
That's
But
super rare.
supposedly, this is the beginning. Okay, so they're getting it. This is going to be a movie based on Snake Eyes.
Which is clearly the most popular character.
Well, yeah, that's what everybody is going to want to see.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
So
What do you guys?
That's all you know is it's based on Snake Eyes?
They have some actors attached to it. Somebody who's going to possibly be the Hardmaster. If you remember, the Hardmaster is. He's the guy who teaches Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, the ninja ways.
Yeah.
And then they did have an actor that's attached to be Snake Eyes. But do you guys think there's meat in that?
Yeah, I think Snake Eyes is popular enough.
There's money
to
to be
pull it
made with that if
Absolutely.
they do it right.
Yeah.
Kick it off with
Hopefully-
Snake Eyes.
Hopefully
What do you
it's
guys
not
think?
like a Bumblebee situation where they try to
I
make...
like Bumblebee.
Well, you didn't like Bumblebee, bro?
It was all right.
It was
Come
all
on, why are you a Bumblebee hater, bro?
But
Look, I
it's
got
not that I was a
my
hater.
I got my
It's just-
Devastator on, right? So it is the strongest Transformer, okay?
Bumblebee was
According to the
it was a
myth.
decent... It was an eye movie.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just saying, because You understand? Like, I think everybody got kind of tired of all the Transformers movies, so they decided to go with the popular character in the Transformer movies, which is Bumblebee. Gave him his own spin-off. It was fairly decent. I don't know what it did in the box office, but I mean,
it did well. It did well. I mean, it did well enough that I think they're doing something else. I don't know exactly what, but you know.
Well, they butchered the G.I. Joe movies, all of them. So I mean,
you didn't like the first one?
Nah. That was
first
crazy.
one was all right.
Nah, because you never really get to see Cobra.
That's true.
You saw Cobra like at the end.
Yeah, they did.
And then they didn't even do it justice in the second movie.
Yeah, they pulled a Mandarin on that one.
They really ruined that. They really foobarred that. I really lost it when they killed Duke. Or was that the Duke character that they killed?
Duke.
They killed Duke, and then they brought in Rock, his main character. Like it was like not even like 20 minutes into the movie. It's like.
Yeah, they killed Duke. I just think they didn't. I think they didn't pay Channing Tatum.
I think they tried to do like a homage to like a
no,
cartoon.
He was fresh off of like 21 and 22 Jump Street. Like, he's like, all right, now y'all need to pay me because I'm actually. I think
he must have been charging by the minute because they got him for like a hot 15 minutes. Yeah, and that was it.
I just hope that they do this movie some justice. I mean, it's it is the popular character in G.I. Joe.
I mean, I always grew up. Roadblock was my dude.
Yeah, I like Roadblock.
They have so many
I like Roadblock. He got them rhymes.
Yeah, there's so
I pity the fool. It was kind of like the Mr. T kind of like.
That's a disrespectful to the African American community.
It was like a Roadblock. They tried to use like the Mr. T thing on the Roadblock.
Did you just say I pity the fool?
Yeah.
Speaking, I'm so mad at you right now.
He would say like he make a rhyme about like Serpentor and like how he gonna smash his face in and stuff like that. It was cool. I dig it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're not writing this movie. You're mixing up characters. I don't think Roadblock even met Serpentor.
Yeah, he did. He fought in the cartoon movie. Come on.
No. That was Cobra Commander he was rocking.
No, he fought Serpentor too.
No, Cobra Commander was wrapped around his neck. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. But he did fight Serpentor too.
One of my favorite lines in cartoon history is Cobra Commander saying "was a man." It's the funniest thing to me.
Was a man.
It's hilarious to me.
That's what we need. That's what we need in these movies. To be honest with you, we need that.
The classic.
We need that classicness back, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
But some of it works, some of it doesn't.
Well, yeah.
It's like when you watch the X-Men movies and you just waited for that scene for Wolverine to be like Bub.
No, bro. Yeah. Have you ever tried to watch like a Transformers cartoon show or G.I. Joe 80s cartoon show, and you're like, oh, I can't believe I like this.
No, I still enjoy him, man. Listen, I still enjoy him.
Yeah?
Transformers had the intrigue, fam.
Yeah.
Like a Mega Supreme and the Constructicons, they had a history. You know what I mean? It's like they were like brother-in-laws. It was dope.
There was one Transformers episode that was just about Prowl and a human that was hiding Prowl.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first episodes, like maybe like the third episode or something like that. I always loved that episode.
They had the joint where the dude who was the fish guy, he was a boat. He he became human. Transformers was milking us, man.
Hasbro, make it happen, okay? But just do it good, right?
I would watch a Snake Eyes movie.
Snake Eyes movie?
I'm with a Snake Eyes.
Is a Snake Eyes movie?
They just got to make it dark.
Yeah.
You see, that's the problem there because then they say, well, we need a movie that's all ages so we can cash in because that's what look what banks. Tell me an R-rated movie besides Deadpool. But
see, now I think about it, the fact that they got to make money off of the merch and the toys and all that, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's what makes movies messed up. It's just the studios want to. The kids, man.
Capitalize.
Damn them kids, man.
It's the kids, man. You're right. Damn kids. It's all good. So what else we got going on? You got to give us a review for It 2.
Yes.
Yes, and Joey, you got to check it out as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's dope. So
all right,
give us. Are we should we waste our time? Because I haven't even watched part 1, so I should invest or what's up?
Well, if you haven't watched part 1, don't go watch part 2.
No, obviously, but should I invest in part 1 and then
you can only watch part 1 and be okay.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you can only watch part 1 and be straight. But so here's It 2. It makes no sense.
Why?
The movie just makes absolutely no sense.
I've seen like the old movie, like the old 80s movie.
Yeah.
But like, so worse, better, different eras. Tell me.
It's worse.
Worse? Really?
It makes absolutely no sense.
Our boss, Travis, he was in the hallway and he stopped me. He's like, hey, man, It 2, thumbs down. I was like, really, man? So mean. Why? So he started explaining why because he's mad about certain things, stuff like that. But I didn't believe him for a second, but damn, Travis, you were on point.
It makes absolutely
and it's
no
not
sense.
because you're the boss.
But let me say this.
It's not because you cash all these checks.
It's extremely funny.
Yeah?
It's funny, and if you like stuff that makes you jump, like if you're there just to jump, it does a good job of that.
Really?
I'm not a jumper. I don't jump a lot during movies, but the people around me were definitely like freaking out because they do a good job of the suspense.
Really?
But the plot doesn't make any sense.
Wow. So
but it's funny.
Without spoiling it, there's something that you can explain that's like why did this happen? No?
I mean, it's kind of so it starts 27 years.
it's kind of old. Like it's been
it starts 27 years later.
Right.
And
you've seen part one. So part one for you was
good. I like part one.
You like part one.
I really enjoyed part one. I enjoyed part one better than the original part one.
So if the director was somehow, some way able to make like a supercut and squeeze part one and part two in 3 hours, you would watch it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
Which will never happen.
No. Somebody had to do it at home on Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it just didn't make the plot didn't make sense. But it was fun to watch. I enjoyed watching it. It was fun. I mean, how much can it make sense though? It's a clown, right?
Right.
But nah. If you're not invested in see how it ends, but it's a fun movie to go to.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So a good like I like to say popcorn movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a very good popcorn movie. Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't bode well for the French for that. I don't know, but whatever, it is what it is. What about you, Joey? You saw it, right?
Yeah, I saw it. Definitely watch the first one before you see this one. Definitely not as intriguing as the first one was.
Really?
I think you're curious to see what it's gonna look like in the second half because it's a remake. So I'm just curious as to how they're gonna pull it off and stick the landing with the second one, which is it's not a bad movie. I think you just have to watch both movies together. It's not one of those things where you gotta separate them.
Okay.
Because I definitely lost interest at one point because I felt like there was a way too much. I think they gave every character their own scene to kind of pick up from.
Yeah.
Because it's 27 years later, so they had to Don't want to spoil the movie, but I mean,
just how your feelings. Tell me your feelings about it.
They isolate each character.
Yeah,
you get a little more background.
And I thought that was kind of boring at a point because it just felt like it kind of dragged, and you kind of expected something to happen each time. It's like there was no suspense in that.
Yeah.
I already knew, all right, something's gonna happen. The clown's gonna pop up and freak these guys out.
Yeah.
I already know. I already was expecting. It was obvious.
Right. And I agree with. So we got Dark Druid here. I think I'm sorry, my eyes are not working right. Dark Druid. Thank you for tuning in with us here at Geek Culture Congress at Checkpoint XP. But he says that he enjoyed the original movies, and that's why he hasn't got into the other ones because he didn't want to be let down.
Crazy thing is, I've never seen the original.
I agree with him because that. Like we talked about it. We could talk about it because if you've seen the original movie, the spider battle at the end,
Yeah.
They did the spider battle. See, I gotta watch the original. I've never saw the original.
Ah, yeah.
I never saw the original part 2.
Oh yeah. I was big about the part 2
because it's like a 4-hour
because I was like
thing. Right?
I was like, that was a thing. Like they were gonna come back. If he came back,
Yeah.
That was still a theme in the movies. So
that's in there. I mean,
yeah. So they were like we're gonna get revenge if he comes back. You know.
It was enjoyable.
It was
enjoyable to a certain
clown
extent.
catches smoke finally.
Yeah.
I thought Bill Hader was dope.
That's what they say. They say that he stole the show.
Yeah,
that
he
he kind of
definitely
definitely went to a new level.
Like
of
you
his
definitely
acting.
wanted more screen time for Bill Hader.
Absolutely.
I think he honestly made the movie
tolerable.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5,
3.
Solid
it's
3.
A solid 3. It wasn't a bad movie. It's just a good. It's just
Man, but that's a long movie.
That's
I see it running 2 hours and 49 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, it's almost a 3-hour movie. But I think they could have trimmed that down with those. Like I said, if they hadn't isolated those characters like that,
Right.
I think it would have been.
I agree. Me and Joey are in concurrence on this.
Interesting.
For the first time in the long.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna invest my time in them yet.
Well, we know you're gonna illegally download it anyway. I don't know why we even.
Come on, guys. To put my business out there. Anyway, speaking about illegally downloading, I saw No. Through official channels, I saw Titans season 2, episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you my review of it for anybody, because I know you guys tapped out of it a long time ago.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. DC wants you back.
They can't
DC
have
Universe wants you back, guys. They got Young Justice. They got everything you guys want. They got the Batman animated series. Come on, Joey.
But Batman animated series, I don't want to pay $7 or what is it, $8, $7 a month, just for Batman animated series. I watch that on repeat.
Joey, you're a famous DJ. You got money.
He's smart with his money, though.
Yeah.
Joey's smart with his money.
Man,
That's the difference.
I gotta pick my battles, bro. I'm a sneakerhead. I gotta keep up with all the latest technology, new game, NBA 2K and Gears came out. Like, come on.
But it's got any comic book you want to read, almost. DC too.
Why are you so invested?
I'm messing with you guys. I wanted to bust your chops. That's all I wanted to do.
This is what we have you for, to kind of get us the the scoop.
Pretty much, they ended season 1 like on a cliffhanger, but like a cliffhanger as far as like season's 1 plot wasn't finished. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hate when shows do that. And I get it. I guess they did that because they're trying to change it up for the streaming, to get people to come back when season 2 comes so they can stream it, I guess. Not do it. You know who used to do that a lot was the CW. Like there would be an episode, right? Mm-hmm. And they didn't finish the plot of whatever the season was, the final episode of the season, and then make you wait the whole season break till next season, wrap up that plot with the season opener, and then move on to the next plot.
Walking Dead does it,
Yeah, there you go. A lot of shows do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of that. So I don't appreciate that.
So is he the last season was the big fight with Batman, right?
Yeah. What was it like? Was a fight with Batman?
The Batman Shadow.
Spoilers.
Right.
Spoilers. Okay. It was like a dreamscape fight with Batman to make him be evil, be taken over by Raven's father. If you've seen like the animated cartoons, it's kind of the same plot. Mm-hmm. The father tries to take over the daughter to destroy the world. And,
of course.
And she flips it on him, but. That's pretty much what happens, without ruining everything. If you know Raven's story happens in this episode.
I'll be curious to see how many people are actually watching Titans. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's got a following season. I mean, they don't keep making stuff if nobody's watching it, right?
Of course they do.
Give me an example, please, Tarek Lewis.
Titans.
No, give me another example out of DC universe there.
Oh, you talking about out of DC universe?
Yeah.
What else do you have? All they had was Titans and Swamp Thing, right?
Yeah.
There's no other original
Swamp
programming
Thing before it even started.
Young Justice.
Swamp Thing
they keep rolling with Young Justice. Apparently, people like that.
Yeah, Young Justice was dope.
Yeah, it was.
It's not worth that money, though.
It's nice to look at.
Yeah.
From the trailers.
Come on, man. They got Aqualad has got a boyfriend now. Come on. Yeah. It's exciting new territory.
That doesn't... Okay. That's not a reason to watch, man.
Well.
What's next?
Titans is cool. It's cool. It sets up he's building a brand new team at the end, and he's gonna make a little transition to Nightwing and stuff like that. So it was interesting.
I'm
not quite there yet. But
I don't like the fact that Starfire.
A lot of cursing though.
Not the fact that Starfire looks like Megan Thee Stallion. Starfire is out there looking like Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not with it. I'm out.
I don't know if a lot of our Checkpoint XP audience know who Megan Thee Stallion is.
I'm sure they do.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't miss that.
Chime in, guys.
Got the best knees in the game.
Really? I think we're getting out of our scope of nerd stuff here.
Don't stereotype these people.
Exactly. they know what's going on.
Oh man, thinking about things that are great. Then let's talk about Robert Downey Jr. because a lot of the buzz in a lot of posts on the internet in the opinion sections are that Robert Downey Jr. deserves a run at the Oscars for his last
for Endgame.
For Endgame. Mr. Tarek Lewis, you are the actor expert here.
Absolutely not.
And why do you feel that is?
Well, that is such an ensemble cast movie that you couldn't pinpoint anyone to get an Oscar.
I like that.
I think the real great, because that moment, that's what everyone feels like the Oscars about, this one moment. Mm-hmm. That's an Oscar moment, I guess. But he doesn't say anything in that Oscar moment.
Right.
he's just going away. It's the writing and the brevity of the levity of the scene. That's what's causing it. If anybody were to get an Oscar from Endgame, it's got to be Chris Hemsworth for Fat Thor.
Yo,
you think so?
Character is different.
Fat Thor gets an Oscar.
Yeah, man. He's outside of his normal character. He's showing some depth. We see him like you know with his mom and drunk and redeeming himself. That's a real.
He had a lot of range. There's a lot of range.
A lot of range.
I like what Taika Waititi did with the Thor character in Ragnarok because I think we got to see Chris Hemsworth play both sides.
Yeah.
You see him emotionally. You see him get emotional, but you also see his funny side.
Yeah. So that's where I think if anybody should.
Damn, that's a wild card.
Should get an Oscar.
Talking about our boss, Travis hates Fat Thor.
What?
Yeah, he doesn't
Best
like
Halloween
that.
costume this year. I guarantee. Best Halloween
he hates Fat Thor?
He hates Fat Thor. That's a big conversation all the time when we talk about Avengers.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But I appreciate the levity of it, the emotion of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because what do we go through? You know, when we're depressed. I mean, we drink and eat things that are bad for us, and
I feel like you're kind of attacking me right now.
No.
Are you making it personal?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna be okay.
If anything, I'll make it personal for myself.
I'm gonna be okay.
Let's see. We got some comments here. Let's see. We got Dr. Druid, Dark Druid. That he said that was a real struggle that he acted so well. He did like Tony Stark's acting with his family and the challenge about giving up, the family life for the world.
Yeah, that was dope.
And then he says the whole scene meant more to me than his end scene.
Ah, that's interesting. I can see that.
Like, I like there's the scene where he figures out the time travel problem, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, should I do this or not?
Yeah,
and he goes to Pepper and he's like, hey, should we do this?
I thought it was dope when he looked at it, like he was trying to contemplate whether to even tell Pepper in the first place.
Right.
And just, when he's like, I figured it out.
Yeah.
Right.
And she knew right then and there, like.
The thing about his end scene is we knew that was going to happen. Right? Like, didn't we know? We kind of knew. We knew somebody was going to die. We knew somebody was going to die. So I felt the scene, but, I knew somebody was going to catch it. So the fact that it was him was not that surprising. It was going to be either him or Cap.
I didn't think he was going to catch it, though. That's the crazy thing.
This is the way he caught it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not mad at it, but, man, you're going to have some people upset that, a British guy is not winning it. Not nominated for the Oscar.
They always win.
That's another vote for Hemsworth. At least he's Australian.
Does he he's supposed to win that? Are they supposed to win that stuff by default? I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I mean, they usually get all the
crazy
because
I just realized Christian Bale was
Australian?
from is he Australian?
He's Australian, yeah.
Wow.
A lot of those dudes, man. A lot of those dudes are Australian.
It's crazy.
And every black guy on television is British, except for the cast of Marvel movies.
Yeah. I think that's the first non-British black actors in movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
In those movies. That's funny, hilarious.
Whatever.
Oh, man. So, talking more about Marvel. Marvel acquired Fox, of course, and we're looking forward to, this is a big,
Wait a minute. Where have I been?
Yeah. So, they have this movie that's been sitting in the wings to come out that hasn't quite come out yet. Probably because of the debacle that was Dark Phoenix, which is the New Mutants movie. Mm-hmm. Supposedly it's done, and it's not very good.
Oh yeah.
And Marvel management is kind of looking at this like, what do we do with this? Or I don't. I'm just guessing that it's not good. I'm sorry, that's not fair to anybody.
Can I correct Speedy and what exactly was said?
Yeah.
They don't see the box office potential of it. Because
see, I see corporate people saying that,
Yeah, they don't see the box office potential of it. And that's because it's a horror film.
Well, so
it's not going to make $200 million, I could tell you that.
As fans, as future Disney execs that we may be one day, Tarek Lewis, Joey Franchise, okay? And I'm
well, definitely Joey. I don't know about me and you. Joey has all the good ideas, and I like X-Men. So I may be left out on this one.
Let's be devil's advocate here. So, New Mutants movie. Do you kill it?
Kill it.
Throw it away? destroy it, never sees the light of day, like the
Disney
Fantastic,
Plus.
that old Fantastic Four movie.
Put it on Hulu.
No, that's not killing it. That's putting it somewhere where people go watch it and make fun of it.
Well, put it on Hulu. Yeah, I make fun of a lot of things on Hulu.
So that would be like a run it. So they're gonna run it, put it on somewhere, either Disney Plus, Hulu, throw it on Netflix, whatever they decide to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Green Lantern on Hulu.
Or do you do another reshoot? Nope. Fix what do you need to fix and try and fit it in the MCU?
No. I don't think everything belongs in the MCU.
No, not
and that's
everything.
one of those things. It doesn't belong in.
This
MCU.
might be a good opportunity for them to do the Mutants thing if they redo some lines maybe. And
I want to see it.
I don't know
Because I personally I like the trailers. I like the fact that it was more of a horror flick than it was an action movie. Yeah. I like that spin because I really enjoy Brightburn. I was one of those people. So, slap my hand.
So that Dark Druid says no new Mutants, please.
Yeah, thank you. I'm with him on that.
But it made like they invested money in it. So it's kind of like, are they gonna take that loss? How many millions of dollars or whatever? I mean, I guess it wasn't their money technically. They just bought.
Just look how 50 Cent feels whenever all his movies get thrown on Netflix. When has 50 Cent ever made a good movie? Like he's acted with Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Val Kilmer.
There was one movie that was interesting. I forgot what it was.
Butler,
there was one movie I watched with my son that was interesting. I completely forgot.
50 may come at you for this one.
I need the clout.
Yeah, 50 be in these streets.
You want that Twitter war? You want that Twitter war?
It's a big
you want that
town,
Twitter war? Wow.
And I'm not a Power fan, so I don't really,
Oh man, you might just 50 might come after you just for that.
Really want smoke.
As long as I don't owe him money, I'm good.
Listen, I want to see it. I want to see what the movie's about.
Really?
It can't hurt them to put it on.
So they throw it on Disney Plus?
Yeah. I'm not saying the theater. I'm not saying the theater. I don't think a theater movie, but I think a Disney Plus. Why not?
What about the potential for confusing fans? What did they? Because let's face it, people are not savvy as a lot of us major fans.
Well, why would it be confusing?
Because people say, "Oh, something that's Marvel," and that's And,
but there's going to be a bunch of ABC stuff on there.
Yeah, so the Marvel television stuff.
Yeah, it's not going to all be Because isn't there the rumor that they're going to incorporate some at some point? Maybe. Maybe I make this up. Cloak and Dagger. Or am I making that up?
Well, I know they're gonna do a combined Runaways and Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
So I think that's just an episode or a couple episodes on both shows or something, or maybe just on Runaways. I think.
Yeah, I'm not a Runaways fan.
Yeah. No, I couldn't get into it either. I don't know. I got to give it another chance.
So what do you say, Speedy? What do you think? We know you only like two things.
I say I say destroy it. I say destroy it. Just forget it happened. Because you reboot it.
Who was in the movie for us to even?
You're not going to go that direction as a company
that one
anyway.
Chick that was in.
There's the girl from Game of Thrones.
No, then there was the girl from.
I don't know. We're gonna have to Google it now.
She's in Queen of South.
Yeah, Queen of South.
The Queen of South chick is in
and
it.
And the kid from one of the kids from Stranger Things is in it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, it sounds like a Netflix.
That's probably why. Yeah.
It sounds like a straight to Netflix already.
Yeah, they should just put it in Netflix. I'm cool with that.
I don't know.
Don't tie it into anything, make it its own thing, and
I don't know. But as a
whoever's
company,
curious, not me.
As Marvel, as a company, as a subsidiary of Disney, they're just not going in that direction. So why have a property that's not going in that direction as far as their TV or their Disney Plus or anything?
So here's what's bothering me about Marvel. This is what bothers me about this whole thing. And I know I'm on my own on this one. Now everyone feels like whenever you have a movie, it should build a universe and tie into something else. Everything doesn't have to tie into something else. I don't want everything to tie into something else.
Fair enough, but that's what we got Marvel Television.
Yeah, I don't like the idea that whenever they make a film, they're like, well, how can we make this? Like the whole Far From Home thing.
Yeah.
We can spoil it now with the Skrulls and Nick Fury. I did not like that. No. I was like, you're stretching, you're trying to, you're doing the most.
I don't know. I liked it.
Of course you did.
Joey liked it, right, Joey?
I did.
Yeah?
Not a fan.
I think, I mean, for New Mutants, I like the fact that things are, like, connected. I know you don't like the fact that everything's, like, connected, but I just kind of like that because, I mean, it just creates anticipation for the next movie. You know what I mean? Like, Ant-Man, for example, when Ant-Man came out, I never read an Ant-Man comic in my life.
Yeah.
You watched it because of the bigger narrative.
But yeah, the narrative was huge. It's like you have to watch it. And then I actually ended up liking Ant-Man. Like Scott Lang's Paul Rudd playing Scott Lang was amazing. Like, and I just grew fond of the movies, and I look forward to seeing more as this narrative keeps building. So. And he actually did
I think that's what
I feel like he kind of low-key stole a lot of scenes in Endgame also. Yeah, because he was a very, Paul
Rudd got actor chops. You know, I mean, like, he's been around.
I remember when I first saw him in Clueless.
Yeah.
He was a man in Clueless.
Yeah, he was. That was so weird though. He was a stepbrother, and
it's very strange.
He was messing with his stepsister at the end.
It made me think it was okay. It's not.
It's like it's like every porn narrative.
Yeah. You can't even pull up the site without getting that. That's the first thing about it.
Oh man, that's horrible. That's horrible.
I'm like, well, this just got X-rated real quick.
I mean, your wish might come true, Cherik, because apparently the big shot at Sony said the doors closed on Spider-Man. So we might get some standalone Spider-Man stuff. Huh?
Yeah, no, I'm happy about that. I want Spider-Man and Venom. That's for me at this point. If you're doing Spider-Man and you never approach Venom, then there's like no point in doing it.
I just think it's messy because they have that in the narrative of the other. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So to try and separate it now is kind of like, I mean, it's just bad storytelling. I think.
No, you're right.
You know? Like, so he's not going to reference Tony Stark anymore. He's not going to reference the Avengers. He's not going to, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think that's going to happen, but.
I think this Sony thing is going to be a mess. Venom, Tom Hardy was a great Eddie Brock Venom, but the story was not good. The story wasn't good. I didn't like the story.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't really like the story. I feel like it moved too quick. It moved really.
If you read a Venom comic book, it's very similar.
And I know they were going for.
Yeah.
I know they were going for Lethal.
It's not a Eisner winning comic book, you know.
Yeah, but they were going for Lethal Protector, and I get that.
Yeah.
But and now you got Tom Holland, and they're gonna throw him in a Venom movie or throw Venom in a Spider-Man movie ASAP, but the way the narrative has been is like. It's just really ugly. I think it just get uglier. Ugly.
Yeah, I think it'll get uglier.
And here's the thing, like, Sony feels because we made a lot of money with Venom, even though the ratings for it weren't as good. Mm-hmm. I mean, they did some fan service.
Maybe then emboldened now.
What was that?
They feel emboldened.
Yeah, and Into the Spider-Verse did really good. Venom did really good. We think we got this from here on out. It's like, now you can't integrate them. I wanted to see Spider-Man with Doctor Strange and them kind of team up in some form. Spider-Man and Hulk,
or at least close the narrative. Do something like that, like Spider-Man coming to Doctor Strange. Hey, help me, like make people forget. And Doctor Strange say like, hey man, the only thing I could do is put you in another universe. Because he did that in the comics. Doctor Strange made everybody forget. Peter's Spider-Man's identity. Right.
Or
something like that. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws, but what do you say,
No, but that would have been the perfect
I don't want that,
narrative
man.
for it.
I like Spider-Man by himself. He has a own big enough universe, but we don't need to tie him in with Hulk. Now, as a kid, I like to see Spider-Man take on the Hulk and Doctor Strange and team-ups, but Spider-Man has Carnage and Venom and the Sinister Six, and he's got Felicia Hardy and all these other people.
But I miss like, we're gonna potentially miss like him teaming up with the X-Men and him teaming up with Wolverine and him teaming up with Deadpool and seeing a Spidey pool type of thing on screen. Like, I was looking forward to that. I remember in the cartoon when Spider-Man came to see Professor X. Remember when they crossed over in the cartoon? Mm-hmm. I think because he was turning into
the Man Spider.
Yeah. Like, I want to see not probably Man Spider. I think that's way too maybe far fetched for film, but. Just him integrating with all those guys and getting wisdom from maybe Professor X or something like that.
Now, this may be my blackness speaking here.
All right, go ahead.
But I think the tie-in character will be Black Panther. I think he'll be the character that ties into everything.
I think so because he's married. He's married to Storm.
Panther. Yeah,
it makes perfect sense.
It makes more sense. He's a worldly guy. He runs a whole country. He'll be the character.
He's going to be the Iron Man for these phases to come.
Yeah, I don't think we need. And
he's got the money for it.
He's got the money for it.
Interesting.
You know,
like
we don't
International Man of Mystery,
Money
Black
and
Panther.
technology.
We don't know where vibranium comes from. All the technology it has. He
Well,
can do
from
space
outer
stuff.
space, obviously.
He could do space stuff. You know, there's a lot of things they could do. They can do Namor. Everybody wants them to do Namor. They could do Namor. I think just leave Spider-Man.
I think that's happening.
Spider-Man,
Yeah,
let him be your
happen?
friendly neighborhood spider. Unless they do Secret Wars and then everything all.
I mean, that's
the Russo
another
brothers
way.
come back for that.
I think that's a way to bring him back into the MCU is through Secret Wars.
Fair enough, but but they still have to cut that core, like, you know, do something, wrap up that. I don't know, or just assume. I guess everybody just have to assume that he's still part of MCU.
Yeah, listen. From Sony's perspective, I understand. They're like, listen, we probably only got one more Spider-Man individual movie. You know, at some point, we're just, you know, we've bled Spider-Man. You're gonna bleed Spider-Man at some point. You have one more individual Spider-Man movie. Yeah, we want the rights. We want to be able to do what we want to do with this last individual Spider-Man movie. And Disney's like, no, we got plans. And Sony's like, well, this is our last chance anyway. I would just take the chance. You know, I would take the chance because when they do Spider-Man in stuff, Sony's not really involved. When Spider-Man in Endgame and the Infinity War, you know, Sony might get a little bit out of that, but when they do Spider-Man movies, they get a lot more. And it seemed like Disney's probably thinking, or Marvel Studios is probably thinking, let's put Spider-Man in these 4 things first before we do a film. It's the same reason Tyrese is mad at Rock and Vin Diesel.
So what if
we're supposed to be doing Fast and the Furious?
Interesting.
What's this Tubbs thing?
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
I mean, I did see somewhere. I mean, I was looking on Reddit, and you know, take it with a grain of salt. But like, Amazon's reportedly interested in buying Sony. I know I read that somewhere, and I just pulled it up right now. Now, listen, if Amazon, and you know, Jeff Bezos got the paper to do it.
Yeah.
If Amazon, this is what I read off of Reddit. So Amazon, if they're interested in buying Sony Pictures, which would actually mean that Spider-Man rights can go back to Marvel Studios, regardless of whether or not Sony and Disney sort out that problem.
Wow.
That'd be interesting. I don't know how
I think they'll come to some kind of
but-
resolution, or I think Disney would just say, "Hey, listen, we don't like to leave stuff unfinished. We'll just go with the same
Right.
deal. Let's run it."
Here's the thing,
you
man.
know?
But what if that actually happens? Like, what if Disney's at the point because you know they can't buy, they can buy Sony, but then that would kind of make them like a
they got to
monopoly.
go through a lot of U.S. legal things.
Yeah, it
to
won't
make that
legally.
happen.
It won't be allowed.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
like you get somebody like Amazon to purchase Sony right there.
Yeah.
and somebody to cut.
What if Disney's just
cut a
that
deal?
hungry to be like, yo, all right, y'all didn't want to play ball with us and our offer, whatever the case is, regardless of who was at fault in that deal. But man, Amazon comes through as a power player.
So you're saying Disney, Spider-Man is Antonio Brown in this situation?
Yes, and Disney is the Patriots.
Disney's the Patriots.
Okay.
I can't believe we included
And right
that.
now he's currently on the Raiders.
Oh man,
Spider-Man's on the Raiders.
Spider-Man's on the Raiders right now. Okay.
I was watching all that drama unfold with
love it,
the
man.
football. I
You
was like,
see it?
oh my
You see it.
god,
Let's go.
I was like, I know Joey's loving this.
I was loving
as soon as I
every
saw
minute of
Patriots,
it.
I was like, oh man, Joey's jumping up and down right now. Like, yeah.
I just want to feel that way when Spider-Man comes back to Disney.
Listen,
Jeff
I
Bezos
feel-
said, "Damn this! I'm buying you guys out, and I'm teaming up with Kevin Feige and them guys."
I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Bob
concerned
Iger
about
and
Disney. Here's the thing. Here's the advantage Marvel always had over the other properties.
Right.
Is that Marvel Studios is the Marvel Comics guys, so they know comics. When you think about Fox Studios, it's like, we don't work for Marvel. We're taking these characters and trying to figure out. Even DC, it's not like DC Universe is, but you know, it's not DC Comics people. It's like other people coming in. Where Marvel Studios is like, hey, we know the characters. Disney bought it, but we know the characters. But Disney has interfered before. With Age of Ultron, they interfered with Joss Whedon in order to try to. And Age of Ultron is one of their weaker
yeah,
I believe- I agree.
films.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I'm just worried about them having like no competition and just interfering in films to thinking about the wider market and selling toys.
As we this is called a transition, ladies and gentlemen. As we transition to the next topic, we talk about something now that they do kind of really interfere in a lot, and they've, had effects of that, which is their Star Wars franchise.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm a little upset that you don't think these people understand the word transition.
We're not talking to grade school kids.
I don't want people to confuse because we're just talking about Marvel now. We're talking about Star Wars. What's going on with this show? No, I'm sorry. Anyway,
That is a segue.
It's a segue, ladies and gentlemen. We have the new movie coming in December, Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ian McDermott, who plays the Emperor. Okay. And Hayden Christensen. Yeah, he was Anakin, of course, in the Clone War movies and the prequel movies. Mm-hmm. They had an appearance at a con.
Okay.
I think in Salt Lake City, maybe. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney pulled a cancel.
On
the appearance?
One more time? On a what?
They pulled a cancel on it. They told them, like, hey, you guys can't do this appearance because we don't want no spoilers coming out by accident for Star Wars Rise. That's the power. Look at the power of Disney right there. They sent a cease and desist to the con saying, hey, you can't do this this panel with these two actors because we're afraid of spoilers.
Well, you do know that they send like somebody with Tom Holland whenever he had to make an announcement or make an appearance on TV.
Yeah,
just to make sure he
it's
didn't
like the
say
mafia. It's like the
crazy.
Disney. It's like the Mickey Mouse Mafia, man.
They wear all Mickey Mouse masks.
Yeah, Tom Holland can't be trusted. Apparently.
So that's led the internet to speculate, ladies and gentlemen, that Hayden Christensen is going to make an appearance in the new movie. Of course, as a Force Ghost or
yeah.
Probably. You think Force Ghost? I kind of think they're gonna go.
Because why cancel? You know what I'm saying? Like why? You know, like Disney overplayed their hand, I believe.
I don't know. I mean, we were gonna suspect anyway, right?
Right.
I don't even know if anyone.
Why do a cease and desist? Like we'll sue you. You know what I mean?
Well, no, a cease and desist is not. We'll sue. It's more like just chill. Just chill. Don't maybe not do that. I think we're gonna speculate anyway. Like all the speculation that was around The Last Jedi was crazy.
Yes.
I think this movie's gonna have some flashbacks. To be honest,
that's what I think he'll be back. Yeah,
because
he'll be back in the fight.
We're talking about the Rise of Skywalker. We're gonna see some flashbacks.
I just want to see like a scene. Set up the scene for everybody. Like Kylo Ren is like mad, and some Force Ghosts try and talk to him, and it's Hayden as Anakin, whatever. And he's like, hey, you want to be like I was, huh? Like you want to be like Darth Vader, and he pulls out like a Force Ghost Darth Vader on him, and like has like a battle with him or something.
I wish you could see the childish excitement on your face right now.
And like scared scare the hell out of Kylo Ren, with that Force Ghost, and I think that would be cool. I don't know. That's just me,
You became a 4-year-old. And then
I'd be excited if I saw a scene like that, or something close to it.
That's
amazing.
I mean?
Like some horror movie stuff, Yeah. In Star Wars,
Listen, I wouldn't mind seeing some flashbacks and seeing what happened with the Emperor, but I hope they don't. Again, I hope they don't overdo it just to do it. You know what I mean? Now, isn't J.J. Abrams is doing this one?
Yes, he is.
So. I have faith in J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Me
too.
Yeah, I really
enjoy
Star
Trek movies. Yeah. Huh? You did a really good job with the Star Trek movies.
I like the Fringe show.
Star Trek.
Me either. I've never been a Star Trek fan.
Star Trek. I like the Star Trek. But
the movies were on point. Like JJ did his thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Now, I'm going to give a warning to everybody here watching the live show and also listening to the podcast. I want to talk about some potential leaks that came out about the new Star Wars movie. So it might spoil the upcoming movie. So if you're not into spoilers and you're afraid I'm going to spoil it for you, this is your warning.
I feel like I should leave.
All right.
I know that was like really that was a really detailed explainer.
It's up to you. I mean, we can get into it, or I could just say this out there, and let people read it if they want to read it. You know what I mean? So the Making Star Wars people, I guess they're on Reddit, Making Star Wars. I think it's a channel. They're really good at spoiling stuff. They got a pretty high accuracy of posting spoilers for the new Star Wars movies.
Okay.
So they put some rumors or some leaks, should I say, about the plot of the upcoming movie. That's up for anybody who wants to read it. If you Google it or go to Reddit, whatever.
I'm okay with plot leaks.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want.
So
I'm cool. I've read a few plot leaks.
We'll get into some plot leaks then.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, this might not happen.
Might not happen.
May or may not happen, but do not hold us responsible here, Geek Culture Congress, nor Beasley Media Group, or Checkpoint XP, if we ruin your expectations of Rise of Skywalker, okay?
You're getting murdered in social media. BP Studios is trash.
Or BPod Studios, okay? Thank you very much. So one of the rumors, or should I say leaks, is supposedly there's a scene where they're going to fight some kind of worm or whatever, I guess. Mm-hmm. Some monster worm. And that when they defeat the worm or whatever, Rey has the power to heal and she uses her force powers to heal, which is like it's a known thing in Jedi stuff.
Yeah,
to have the healing powers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one little leak that she's gonna have. That she's gonna be like the super that she can heal people, or possibly. The rumor is that it might be bring it back from death, not actually heal it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I think where they're going is they're trying, because the bring back from death is actually a dark art. Yeah. Is a Sith thing. So they're kind of saying like she's kind of like somewhere in between. Okay. Yeah. And I'll get to the point in a minute. Like I said, this is the part where we're talking about stuff that you might not want to know. Okay. Anyway, there's a battle with her and Kylo Ren where there is a forced tug of war, which they've done it before with the lightsaber. If you guys remember that. Yeah. And I think it was in the very first movie, I think. Yeah. I don't remember. But there's a forced tug of war again, but this time with a ship that's trying to escape, I guess. One is trying to push it on his way, the other one's trying to keep it. Yeah. Right? So in that struggle of them having this forced tug of war with a ship, she gets mad and she shoots out some lightning.
What? Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So, and it shocks whatever, you know, Kylo Ren, and the ship escapes, whatever, or something I don't know.
Women are not going to be happy about this.
So, remember, we just talked about the Dark Ray. Remember, we talked about the Dark Ray scene that's in the trailer. Yeah. It's there. Okay.
Yeah, did she have the hoodie on and everything?
Yes. Yeah. She's hoodied up.
Now, supposedly, the final scene, okay, of the movie is the other plot leak that was reported on. The final scene of the movie is her, at the end, she returns to Tatooine. And she goes to where the farm where Luke grew up. The house, she's walking around the house and the property and stuff like that. She's looking at it. I guess she's deciding what she's going to fix or whatever, you know? And I guess some travelers come by, commoners, whatever, and they're like, hey, I haven't seen anybody walk around here in a while. What's your name? And she goes, I'm Rey Skywalker.
Huh. Yeah.
Well, I always thought she was Skywalker.
So
she's Luke's kid?
So we don't know that. So what the assumption is right now, according to these leaks, is that Skywalker, even though she's not technically his DNA child, that Skywalker is going to be the new moniker for anybody who's a force in between light and dark.
Yeah,
kind of like, and they've done that before in the extended series, like I forget what they were called them. And back in there was another story that there were like these knights that were kind of good and kind of bad. Yeah, they used the force openly, however they needed it.
Now this movie, this time around, we're actually gonna get a backstory on her, like her family and things like that. Are we gonna get that?
Don't know. I don't know
because I don't think we've ever got. We just know that she was abandoned.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
I hope we get more of a backstory. I'm curious to know where the hell she comes from.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is we got that. Definitely got that evil Rey little scene in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's all we got. That's what definite. That's something, or maybe it's Disney has done this before. They throw things at us to
hit you with the misdirection.
Yeah, misdirection. You know.
I'm there for it regardless. I'm trusting J.J. Abrams on this one. And
what if he messes it up, man?
Damn, why you gotta do that like that?
I'm the same, man.
What
if like the Star Wars hate just overwhelms? You know? What do you think? You think it's the end of the franchise?
Oh yeah, it should definitely be the end of the franchise regardless. Although I'm there for the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
That looks dope.
Mandalorian looks good.
I could go without any Star Wars movies though.
They got like two new trilogies being done by different directors, which is one by Rian Johnson. We already know that people are upset at him. Yeah, he's doing one, and then the directors of Game of Thrones are doing another one.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
So
2 directors that have controversy in their last projects.
Yeah, listen. I might need a break after.
It's definitely gonna be a long time before we see anything.
So if it's like 5 years between trilogies, I'll be okay. Yeah, I don't really see, as long as it comes to a nice end. A lot of people didn't like Return of the Jedi. And granted, I was like 2 when it came out, but like
that's
seeing
true.
Seeing older.
But I would like to tell everybody that Ewoks are carnivores. If you didn't know. Okay.
A lot of people didn't like Return of the Jedi, but Return of the Jedi was a great little wrap up to what happened in the other films.
Yeah.
So long as this is a good wrap up, I'm okay with it. And as long as they fix Finn. Finn was lame in the last one.
No, Finn needs to work on Finn. You know, like I think they left like he grabbed that lightsaber, was going at it with the guy. He didn't. The other guy got the best of him, but I think there's something there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You
can't just put somebody like that in cool jackets.
Yeah,
and not doing anything.
Like they cooled
really
his heels
jacket.
in the second movie. It was like, what happened?
Yeah.
I like the little love thing with the other actress.
That was whack.
Yeah, you don't like that? I liked it. It was all right. It was cute.
That was whack.
Anyway, so well, that's it for us here at Geek Culture Congress, guys. People got to go do things, and of course, Joey's got to go on air. Joey, what's going on with you?
Same old same. Catch me on the radio 7 to midnight on Wild 94.1. You can follow me on the gram and Twitter at Joey Franchise. Keep up with all the activity I got going on. That's pretty much it.
All right, and of course, Mr. Tarek Lewis, tell him what you got going on in your universe.
Just I can't say some things, but just follow me on Instagram.
He's telling me some of these things, and I'm excited.
How come I don't know these things?
He needs to tell you what's going on because we're gonna do some. We need to do an event for him. That's what we need to do. Yeah. We're gonna work on it, Tarek. Don't do that. We're gonna do it. Okay.
E14 classified.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, you can follow My Eternal Life as DJ at DJ Speedy JR on all social media, and of course us, Geek Culture Congress. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. Look us up as Geek Culture Congress. Okay, that's 3 words. And of course, you can also find us on BPod Studios, where on Apple Podcasts and also Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Check us out, Geek Culture Congress. Okay, thank you so much for following us and hanging out with us here on the live stream on Checkpoint XP every Monday at 6 p.m. God willing, we are here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, check out the guys, all the great guys at Checkpoint XP. They're always talking about all the esports news and all the gaming news. They're getting ramped up for
those guys, man, for real.
Yeah, for the competition. I guess because Gears 5 is coming out.
Yeah, I got to jump on it, man. I've been busy playing 2K, but I'm definitely about to hop on.
They're ramping up for that.
Gears.
They were talking to some pro.
I know, I heard.
Yeah, to some pro people.
I love Gears. Mm-hmm. I'm glad 5's out.
I pre-ordered Modern Warfare, so Monday I'm gonna have Modern Warfare here on the stream. We're gonna play it, give it a run, give it a review too. And if it's a slow news week, and that's what we're gonna be talking about Modern Warfare here in the show. Okay, at least on the live Checkpoint XP if we don't do a show. Okay.
Copy that.
So. That's it for us here at Geek Culture Congress. We'll be back Monday, 6 p.m. here at Checkpoint XP here on twitch.tv. And, of course, you can also check out our past shows on our podcast stream at bpodstudios.com and everywhere where great podcasts are found, Apple, Google, Spotify, and much, much more. Signing off. Have a good one, guys.
Peace.
Peace.